Welcome to my garden, to the GinGee GoodEarth show. It's been quite amount of time since I last have been on YouTube, GinGee GoodEarth, but today I'm going to share with you another chapter from the universal history of the United States of America. And I'll also read a chapter from Outlawing God Almighty. Seeking the Truth. And I'm smudging to purify my home, the four corners of the world, for peace, freedom, faith, goodwill to all men. So I'll leave that on because I want to do a very positive program today. And again, at the GinGee GoodEarth show, we celebrate joy, peace, and love. Feel the harmony. Seeking the truth, truth crushed to the earth shall rise again. In the perplexing controversy about prohibition, would it not be some measure of relief if we could get our foundations of pro or anti upon something firm and substantial? The overwhelming majority appear agreed upon the sincere desire of bettering humanity and advancing civilization, but with prohibition as the method of accomplishing that worthy aim, endless argument and wildly variant opinion begin. Surely there must be some sane, logical position that will withstand any and all logical assaults on any time, under any and all circumstances. It would seem that we could not go far wrong in basing the case upon nature and nature's God. Lord, grant that our time together be steeped in serenity, sweetened by sharing and surrounded by the warm fragrance of your love. Amen. Constitutions clear on election laws. As per the Supreme Court in Ex Parte Milligan and American Jurisprudence 2D, Volume 16, the United States Constitution is in full force at all times, even during health scares. The Pennsylvania Constitution mandates no power of suspending laws shall be exercised unless by the legislature or by its authority. So mandates from Governor Tom Wolf and his crony activist judges are null, void, and unenforceable. The general public is accountable only to legislative laws, and no court or governor can adapt them to fit unforeseen circumstances. The same thing with election laws. Under the Pennsylvania Election Code, all absentee and mail-in ballots, save for those from overseas military, must be received in the office of the County Board of Elections no later than 8 o'clock p.m. on Election Day. Period. The U.S. Constitution mandates no ex post facto law shall be passed, and no state shall pass any ex post facto law. Pennsylvania Constitution states no ex post facto law shall be passed. Must be important. It is not even corrupt Democratic and rhino Republican legislators can change laws midstream in an election cycle to cheat Donald Trump. They've had 3.5 years to do so, and now it's too late. Any elections officials who accept and count any unsolicited mail-in ballots, any ballots at all past 8 p.m., on Election Day, or follow any ex post facto non-laws during this election cycle should be held to consequences for vote tampering and election fraud. Mike Neely, Rochester. This is the Mayflower Heritage, 400 years since the signing of the historic compact. 400 years ago, a group of 102 people, all hoping to start a new life on the other side of the Atlantic, left England and sailed to the New World. Fleeing religious persecution, they left behind everything they knew as they boarded on a small boat named the Mayflower. They sailed across an ocean with just a trunk filled with supplies and the stars to navigate. They were headed for Virginia territory, but the stormy weather blew the ship off course. Moving along at between 2 miles per hour and 3 miles per hour, it took 66 days for the ship to end up at Provincetown, Massachusetts, where the Mayflower Compact was signed November 11th, 1620. It became the founding document for the country. Now they mentioned King Edward, and they were loyal subjects and all that, but they needed some kind of laws to guide them, and they were wise enough to put it down on paper. Of the 102 people on board, 41 men signed the compact. From there it was on to Plymouth, where they settled. Before they even got off the boat, they felt they needed to have some laws in place. Some kind of law and order that everyone was going to follow so that everyone was treated fairly once they got off the boat. This was the start of democracy. The lineage of the Pilgrims and the official members of the Society of Mayflower Descendants have proved of bloodlines from their birth to their parents' births to their grandparents' births, all the way back to the Mayflower. So it is all documented. There are 40,000 members of the Mayflower societies across the country, but there are millions of people who have ancestry among the Pilgrims. And there is a website, www.sail1620.org. And they will be celebrating the 400th anniversary of the first Thanksgiving on the Mayflower 2021. And again, I'm honoring all that who have served, the veterans of our nation, armed forces. If you want to try something different, try this Chiffonade dressing. A 1/4 cup of French dressing, 2 tablespoons of capers, a minced pimento, a teaspoon of minced parsley, a teaspoon of minced chives, a hard-boiled egg chopped fine. Combine and use on any lettuce wedge or vegetable salad. Something different to try. What is pardonable pride? Ignorance of the laws of nature? We present this work with pardonable pride, believing it will be the means of saving many lives and a vast amount of suffering and needless unhappiness. So, pardonable pride. You can try this wonderful recipe. Dole pineapple chunks, ripe dole, a half cup of chopped red cabbage, a third cup of chopped red onion, a fourth cup of chopped fresh cilantro, 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And that's something that I have wrote that down. I had that recipe and I thought it was pretty good for a snack. And share and say, I'm totally grounded in facts. I love science and I love facts. The basic brass tacks towards truth. Fair-weathered friend, true blue to the end. There's no place like home. You may only need to look at that special someone next to you to find that inspiration to accomplish something great. Do things that bring you happiness, and that brings me to my, year of discovery on my basically new YouTube channel, GinGee GoodEarth. I welcome you today, and here's my Hollywood clipboard to start the program. GinGee GoodEarth, production LIBERTYIII. GinGee GoodEarth, for the American peoples and the peoples of the international community on Earth. January 12th, USA. Take love. And here's my look and see glasses, and today I'm looking at all kinds of beautiful memorabilia and fun things. And I wanted to joke around about Bigfoot. And there's an elk farm in southwestern Pennsylvania where they do a lot of exploring for the Bigfoot. And I have this fun cartoon. And again, it's January, so here we have Santa Claus in the cartoon. But I have to read it to you, so I have to get up to read this. And it says, Bigfoot says, my name is Bigfoot, and I have a problem. I think that I'm real. And then the priest, God, goes, hi, Bigfoot. And then the Loch Ness Monster goes, hi, Bigfoot. And then Santa Claus goes, hi, Bigfoot. So they're at a, social meeting, and they're sharing their interaction with life every day, and it's very comical. But I have something even more comical that I have to share with you. I'll let you guess what this is, okay? What is this? And there's 10 holes, so it's really long. So I'll just, bring it across the camera. Who can guess what this is? This is something Bigfoot uses. What is it? I'll give you a moment. It's a polyfoam Bigfoot toe comb used for a pedicure, where Bigfoot has 10 toes, so the polyfoam spaces is where he puts his toe. So just for fun. I bet you don't see that on other YouTube channels. I bet you didn't know that Bigfoot likes pedicures too. Okay, so now we will read a poem. The bumblebee is the lovely gardener that inspires the good to blossom. Peace on earth, be careful, honey. Ignorance, a disease that spreads like honey melting over burning toast. So I want to encourage you to get out and get some antique shopping in at the Goodwill store, at your local antique dealer shops. Enjoy the fun of learning all about history. There's all kinds of things. George Orwell, 1984, is a very popular book because we live in Orwellian times as I speak. So again, on this picture show, I do have the gin and the spacecraft, and the only way you're going to visibly be able to see it, it'll be located on this side of the picture frame of the slideshow. Life is what you make it. So I'll point it out if I catch it, but again, I have over 1,000 pictures on my picture show, and it's going to be hit or miss, but the picture is on the thumbnail of many of my YouTube videos. So if you can see it from one of those thumbnails. And again, if you write to me, gibsongirls@mail.com, I'll send you a photocopy of it. Okay, I'm not super high tech and I'm not super fast. Okay, I'm getting older. And I just want to be able to share with you and read, enjoy, and no fretting. Let's get happy, and happy people make good times happen. Woohoo! Woohoo! I haven't been back in a while, so excuse me. I've been watching other YouTube programs like there's some new ones. And this is where it gets hard for me, my memory. So I have been watching some new programs. Now let me look them up and then I can tell you, and then I'll start reading a chapter from the Universal History of the United States of America. There's the Ukrainian Tamburitsins in the picture. And let's see. Who have I been watching? Let's see. Well, of course, H.A. Goodman. And also Next News Network. Websites I go to: Dustin Nemos, Blessed to Teach, Informed. Oh, what was his name? I forget. He was removed. And Styx Hammer Hexen 666. Everybody's making sure that you're well aware that you have to go to their website in order to see their programs. The Real BP Earth, he has a website too. Third Phase of Moon. Sanity for Sweden. You Are Free TV. She was removed from Patreon, and she's excellent, but she's still on YouTube. And of course, Judicial Watch with Tom Fenton, and that's why I read the information article on the Constitution clear on election laws, and America must be abiding the rule of law. That's Tom Fenton. He does very well. Oh yeah, Good News, God Wins. Rudy Giuliani, Blessed to teach. I got to catch up with his reporting, and also true reporting. I've been watching a lot of these YouTube channels for 5 years, and anything that's patriotic and conservative is being removed. It kind of reminds me of the theater. If you do a program that's patriotic or conservative, they tell you that you cannot get grant monies because you're portraying America. And just like the Civil War reenactors, they do not get grants because they're reviewing America history. Now look at that picture. You see a nice airplane in the sky. Okay, looks like an Army cargo plane. Yeah, learn your planes. Learn your aircraft. That's a great education. So, well, I can't find it, but, oh yeah, Edmund Wakagator. I'm watching his program. He's a new platform out. And again, watch Right Side Broadcasting, front page with Scott Goulet. And oh yeah, the new one that I'm watching is SNAFU Radio. He just put out about 17 videos, and you should just go ahead and take time and watch them all. Pretty soon you're going to see the angel, the cloud angel, ride through the sky. Here she comes. See her? I took that picture. See the cloud angel? So my picture show is more than magic, by the way. I'm here to share with you. Okay. So now I want to get back to reading. And the book that I'll be reading is The Universal History of the United States of America. So I have to switch the books. And I still haven't bought a new video camera. I'm just using a camera now. And let's put this book here. Let's see if I can get some reading in. So I'm going to start off at 191, page 191. On the 18th of September, General Gates detached about 3,000 men to offer the enemy battle, but he declined the combat. On the 19th, the scouting parties of the two armies commenced a skirmishing that led to a general action, which continued through the day and was supported with great zeal and intrepid bravery. Night closed the scene, and the two generals drew off their armies. There's the raccoon, so I wonder what's coming up close. Night closed the scene, and the two generals drew off their armies to protect their camps and waited with impatience the returning day. In